Ooh, wow, that was a whole lot different than I was expecting. Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel, and welcome back to my returning viewers, the Video Village. Today I'm going to be taking a look at a Linkin Park video that I oddly missed out on. So I already covered one of their new videos called Over Each Other, but somehow missed this one, which I think was their first release after, their rebranding. Not really rebranding, but, now with Emily as the lead person. Really excited to go check it out, and I've heard so many things about it. As I mentioned before, Linkin Park was sort of my gateway band growing up. I was so into Linkin Park when I was like 12, 13 years old, and they definitely led me to listening to harder metal. And so really, really, really love that they're now back. I mean, it's I'm still feeling a little weird about it all, but I'm really liking what they're doing with Emily. So I'm interested to see where they go next. Let's just say that. In case you're new here, my name is Manon. I'm a filmmaker and I write and direct. I have done short films, and I specifically love the horror and sci-fi genre. I also write short stories. I work on documentary series. I have done so many things at this point in the past 10 years since I've gotten involved in the film industry, and I'm also working on my first feature film. I hope that in the new year I may have some news about that. So in the meantime though, let's go take a look at the Emptiness Machine.
Your blades are sharpened with precision, flashing your favorite point of view. I know you're waiting in the distance, just like you always do, just like you always do. Already pulling me in, already under my skin, and I know exactly how this ends. I let you cut me open just to watch me bleed. Gave up who I am for who you wanted me to be. Don't know why I'm hoping for what I won't receive. Falling for the promise of the emptiness machine. The emptiness machine.
Ooh. Wow, that was a whole lot different than I was expecting. I would have expected to hear more of Emily singing at the start of the song, especially since this was the track that they, that it was their first track, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Like I had to quickly double check to make sure that this was the first one. But it's so touching. Very, very beautiful vocals from Mike Shinoda there. So let's just go through some of the visuals because there's a lot going on. Really love this opening shot with these really, really cool effects. So I saw it. I mean, it's like a blip. It's just a frame, but you can see how there's this effect that sort of wipes their face. It looks very painterly. And I guess it's kind of fitting for the tone of the song. And you see Mike painting as well. So that kind of works. I love the set here. Really cool looking, like kind of grungy looking. Giant speakers, very nice. So yeah, as you can see, like they disappear and then the other one, it's really fun. So the way that you do that in your editing software is basically you have all these tracks and you overlay you have what they call a plate, which they shoot for VFX, which is just basically the first shot. Let's see, this one, right? This would be your plate where you don't see anyone, and then you shoot all of those other shots with, our bass player, the drummer, etc. Everyone that we see here, the guitars, and then you basically lay those on top of each other, and that way you can create, and you can create those sort of effects. And here, so you can basically see here that Hahn here is almost fully transparent and sort of becomes more. Oh, and that's where you really see the effect really well, which is so cool. So that clip, basically everything around him in the background would have been cut out, and you only see him and in that track, and that's where you then put all of these effects in as well. So that's how you would achieve something like that. And it's really cool looking. Absolutely love that. And thank you to that person who told me like you can use your period and comma buttons to skip ahead only a frame rather than like a full second, which I'm always messing with when I'm searching on the timeline. So thank you for that. And then we cut to this beautiful sort of medium close shot. They're in an office, and I think each character here we're seeing them in their sort of daily lives, going through the motions, going through their grind. That's sort of what we're seeing. Really love this setup. Beautiful color grading, by the way. Very sort of blue toned, a little bit. It looks like the shadows in particular are very bluish here. Really pretty. And then this guy. Love the lava lamps in the background. He's a package deliverer. Like all these guys are just doing something here in their daily lives. She's cleaning her apartment, which is a very nice looking apartment, by the way. I don't know where this was shot, but it's all looking pretty cool. Again, very blue toned, especially in the darks. Really love that. Loving these shots in particular. We're seeing quite a bit of information loss here. I don't know if that's me. It was probably shot on 4 or 8K. When they shot this originally. Love how this is framed, the over-the-shoulder shot here, and he is just walking up to, I don't know where this is. Is this a prison or something? But he's delivering a package to here. Maybe not a prison, though, but it almost looks like a prison with a grate. And then Mike is in a bathroom. I don't know, this is not the same space where he was painting before. I love this sort of medium shot where he is in center and really beautifully framed with the light in the background here, which is sitting behind these windows. Same here. It's really creating a beautiful outline, a really beautiful silhouette. But then specifically I wanted to go to this because this was looking really creepy. And I don't know if they did this on purpose, that we see all this sort of blocky, like his hands sort of look weird here. It almost looks as if you know what happens when your browser, if your internet connection is wonky and it goes from 4K to like 720 or 480p and it becomes sort of blocky? That's almost what this looks like. That's what this sort of artifact here almost looks like. It's very weird looking, and for a second I thought something happened with my internet connection and that's what it was, but then the thing started moving. I was like, no, whoa, that's weird. So yeah, anyway, this must not be a prison, but it still looks kind of weird. So okay, I thought so, but I know exactly where this was shot. So this is Willow Studios, and I actually recently shot something here, namely the bonus content for Cross. I thought I recognized, like, okay, so I'm gonna show you. This is the basement then of Willow Studios as well. That is wild. That is just crazy. Let's see if I recognize more. I thought I recognized here. Yes, definitely is. This is actually probably a crew truck because this is where they load up all of that's where the crew trucks for camera and costuming, etc., can park to offload their stuff. This is a loading bay. And here you walk to the back of Willow Studios. So that is so funny, my goodness. And yeah, we actually had our actors set up right here on this corner as well and shot here, and you have to walk a couple stairs up to get to this particular place, but they lit it very nicely. And it's funny because in real life, it looks a little bit dingy and kind of a little bit shitty. But on camera, it looks really nice, especially if they light it in such a dark way. They did set up a light here that is casting quite a stark light here on this pillar. Not sure why they did that. Maybe something changes, but this is so funny. I'm so amused. It's the same place. Unreal. Yeah, all of these shots are pretty recognizable. Like, I would even guess that this bathroom setup is probably in Willow Studios as well, because what's really cool about Willow Studios is that they have all of these little sets. So basically, it's an old building and they rent it out for all these things. And there's basically like 6 floors of little sets. So there's bedrooms, bathrooms, living rooms. You cannot make it up. Like they got everything. And so it's a really sort of one-stop shop for all of your locations. It's very convenient. And they all look warm toned. So again, here we have this glitching effect happening. So, and he disappears. So let's just keep going from there. Let's see if I recognize anything more of the Willow Studios here in Los Angeles. I love that. Love the song. It's so beautiful. It's really, really, really nice. And I'm actually now thinking, so he is watching her on TV, which is interesting. It's sort of like Inception almost. I wanted to actually say that I think that all of these were probably shot at Willow Studios. So I wouldn't be surprised if they had a kitchen too. And sort of all of this, like this is probably in the front of the building. This also looks very much like it was at Willow Studios. They probably addressed it differently, like every shoot will bring some of its own furniture, although the bar was exactly the same as we shot it. Like we didn't change any of the furniture there, so what you see is what you get. So quickly wanted to discuss this sequence where we see all of them sort of flashing in front of different backgrounds. So just to sort of skip through them, really cool. You could sort of see that they were photographed in the same location or shot, and then they tried to adjust the lighting for each of the setups in the background. And it's the painter, and then Emily in front of like a motel or something. Is that the new drummer? Boatyard. Oh, it's love these pictures. And they keep going closer, like there's a lot of them. So love that effect. Really, really kind of cool. And then again, you see how they shot the plate here on just like a static, on like sticks, the tripod. It's just sitting here, and then all of these guys are just like going through the glitchy effect. And it's super effective. I absolutely love this. And we have some movement here, which is really cool. So, love that as she's singing there. Then, every time they keep appearing in the set of someone else. Ooh, and these plates too. I hadn't noticed that before. So that's a really cool effect as well. And then here I was kind of wondering, it's like why we have blue and red lights, because usually that indicates something relating to police. That's how we'll often use those, even if we can't really get the police cars on set, because, you know, getting cars, it costs a lot of money. They'll just use a couple of lights to, you know, flash blue and red, and that way you sort of get the same effect, like it signals to people that there's a police car close. So not sure why, because I didn't see anything particularly police related. This is also a very cool effect. I wonder how they did it. And it moved in really quick, and it turned. Ah, they're all pictures. It looks like they're all pictures anyway. Yeah, but it's a fascinating sort of effect, or they just like decrease the amount of frames per second all the way down. But then still, like, yeah, we have more of this camera movement here. Very cool. Very, very cool. So I would guess that it's still sitting, like the camera was mounted on some sort of device that would be able to turn that way. So they have these really cool sort of mounts that can do that. It's a very cool way of adding some dynamics to your video. And then we ended here. And again, it felt like my internet connection dropped, and it just, this is what it does sometimes, right? It's sort of tricky, but it looks very painterly, so they did it in a very cool way. Absolutely love that. Makes it feel very dreamy, very sort of weird and cool. And then everything starts moving. What a cool look. How unusual. Very fun to sort of play with that. It almost feels like sometimes in songs you'll hear that old dial-up tune. It feels like this is the visual equivalent of that. All right, let's keep going.
To be part of something I only wanted to be part of. I only wanted to be part of something. I only wanted to be part of. I only wanted to be part of something. I only wanted to be part. Let you cut me open just to watch me play. Gave up who I am for who you wanted me to be. Don't know why I'm open, so fucking naive. Falling for the promise of the emptiness machine. The emptiness machine. The emptiness machine. The emptiness machine.
Wow. Stunning. I love how it went from that glitch, from the glitching effect into this sort of pixelated look. And every light source sort of turned into fire, like fireworks. Like with the drummer here, like all of it looked like every time he was hitting something, it looked like all these sort of pixelated blobs sort of looked like fireworks. Very cool, really cool camera movement as well. Absolutely love that. So, oh yeah, now you can see the camera movement real well too. Yep. Wonderful. What a cool, cool effect. So surprising. Didn't see that coming at all. It looks very video gamey, and I know that they did the collaboration with League of Legends as well, so it kind of fits with that sort of vibe and tone. Very sort of digital. And I have to say, it's like, I'm surprised with how incredibly Linkin Park they still sound. It is quite remarkable. I love how Emily is not really pretending to sound like Chester at all, yet she really has her own sound, but she still fits Linkin Park really well. So I love it. I think it's great. I think it's a great step forward. Really excited to see what they do next, you know? So I'll be keeping an eye on things. Oh, wonderful. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Give me a subscribe if you haven't yet so you can follow along for more. A thumbs up always works and helps this video reach more people. I also have a Patreon that you can come check out. There's some free stuff on there too, like my some of my writing. I have some short films on there that I can't release to the public yet. You can actually watch one of my short films here on YouTube too. I'll link it. And I also have a Discord server. Come hang out. We talk about movies, music, music videos, obviously, and a whole lot more, and you're very warmly invited. Anyway, I hope you have a great Christmas season, and I hope to see you on the next one. Peace.